Bulldozers hanging off cliffs, excavators ripping through earth like it's nothing, and operators pulling off moves so insane they look unreal. Tech Trouble is back. Buckle up, because you're about to witness jaw-dropping bulldozer and excavator operator skills so crazy you'd think they're fake. Let's roll in. This is heavy machinery muscle unleashed, where brute force collides with precision to pull off a high-stakes recovery. On the lowboy trailer rests a battle-hardened crawler dozer, its steel tracks caked in mud, built to conquer the toughest terrain. Every track link is forged to grip, push, and dominate the ground beneath it. Beside it, a Volvo excavator takes charge, its towering boom and reinforced bucket working like an iron crane, lifting and balancing with power that feels unstoppable. Disaster doesn't knock, it crashes in without warning. On this site, unstable ground, poor positioning, and the sheer weight of heavy machinery collide to unleash chaos. A mobile crane, its outriggers barely clinging to the edge of an excavation pit, tips violently forward, the massive boom dragging the chassis toward the abyss. The soil beneath buckles under the crushing load, sending the crane into a terrifying tilt. Locked nose to nose in the dirt, two tracked beasts battle for dominance. On one side, the Komatsu D39PX, wide tracks spreading weight for unstoppable grip, built to glide over mud while pushing hard with precision. On the other, a Caterpillar dozer. Cutting through dense woodland debris with unflinching authority, this Caterpillar D4 track-type tractor is a compact powerhouse built for relentless land clearing. Its diesel engine delivers a steady surge of torque, feeding the steel tracks with the grip needed to plow over uneven, root-laden terrain without hesitation. The low-profile blade out front acts like a battering ram, shoving tangled branches, fallen trunks, and stubborn undergrowth into submission. Designed for maneuverability in tight forestry spaces, the D4 combines brute pushing strength with precision steering, allowing the operator to weave through trees while maintaining aggressive forward momentum. Every grind of the tracks and shove of the blade is a testament to Caterpillar engineering, a balance of durability, traction, and raw earth-moving muscle that turns challenging ground into cleared, workable land. This is heavy equipment, power on a city scale. A massive TTC streetcar rests on a lowboy trailer. But the real action begins when a John Deere 644G wheel loader takes control. Its hydraulic cylinders unleash crushing force, tilting and maneuvering the multi-ton load with precision. High-torque diesel drives deep tread tires that grip the asphalt, keeping the machine steady as it shifts the streetcar into place. It's a perfect mix of strength and finesse. A powerhouse trio of truck, trailer, and loader moving transit machinery like it's nothing. In the dead of winter, a wheel loader takes command of the streets. Its blazing LED lights cut through swirling snow as the giant bucket scoops and lifts frozen piles with ease. Every move is precise, loading dump trucks in seamless rhythm, clearing paths and keeping this city alive through the storm. This is heavy machinery at its finest: unstoppable power, flawless control, and relentless performance against nature's deep freeze. Under the open sky of a rugged work site, the Caterpillar D4 7U Bulldozer powers forward. Its steel tracks biting deep into the earth, while the front blade effortlessly rolls thick waves of soil aside. This vintage yet robust crawler tractor is a classic in earth-moving, built with a sturdy frame, dependable diesel engine, and a manual control system that demands skill from the operator. The 7U variant is known for its excellent traction and durability, making it ideal for grading, backfilling, and cutting through dense ground. In the background, additional heavy machinery, including other bulldozers and support vehicles, work in sync, shaping the terrain with precise passes. Every push of the blade reshapes the landscape, proving why the D4 remains a timeless powerhouse in the world of construction and land clearing. On the edge of a water-filled pit, a powerful Hitachi-tracked excavator takes center stage in a high-stakes rescue. Its long hydraulic boom stretches out with precision, scooping and carving away sandy embankments to create a stable approach. In the water, a yellow dragline excavator sits dangerously bogged down, its track submerged and the machine tilting under its own weight. Every bucketful of sand the Hitachi removes is calculated, making a safe path and preventing further collapse of the bank. The coordination is razor sharp, operator skill and machine muscle combining to control an unstable situation. As the steel tracks bite into the soft ground, the rescuer positions itself for maximum leverage, prepared to haul the stranded behemoth out from the sucking grip of the pond. This is not just earth moving, it's heavy machinery rescue at its finest, where raw power meets tactical precision.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So this morning,
In this scene, a rugged Caterpillar track-type bulldozer is hard at work, demonstrating its raw, earth-moving power. Built with a robust steel frame and powered by a high-torque diesel engine, this machine uses its wide, heavy-duty blade to exert maximum pushing force against the stubborn base of a large, dried-out tree. The dozer's reinforced tracks provide superior ground grip, distributing its massive weight evenly to maintain stability on uneven, root-riddled terrain. As the operator carefully maneuvers, hydraulic cylinders power the blade's precise positioning, allowing it to cut into the soil and push against the tree's root ball. Deep in the forest, the Desi DS-120B skidder roars to life, a yellow beast built to drag timber where no other machine dares to go. Its giant, deep-tread tires rip through mud, branches, and stumps with unstoppable traction, while the front blade clears a brutal path. Behind it, the winch and grapple are ready to lock on to massive logs, turning chaos into control. With a reinforced cab and raw pulling power, this isn't just a machine, it's a forestry gladiator built to conquer the toughest terrain and haul out the forest's giants with fearless precision. The BA-1100 dredger isn't just a machine, it's a giant on water. With its towering boom and hydraulic muscle, it rips through seabeds, clears shipping lanes, and keeps ports alive. One swing of that bucket and thousands of pounds of sediment vanish, proving this monster is the backbone of global trade. Steel meets nature in this wild scene. A Komatsu PC290 excavator dominates the muddy banks, its bucket ripping into a clogged stream and unleashing a sudden rush of water. With every scoop, the machine tears through debris and brush, transforming a blocked channel into a flowing torrent. This is hydraulic muscle and operator precision, turning a swampy choke point into a raging current. Heavy machinery rewriting the river in real time. Two giants of earth-moving join forces in a scene built for pure power. A Caterpillar bulldozer, fueled by a torque-packed diesel engine, drives its steel tracks deep into unstable ground, shoving mountains of soil and debris with unstoppable force. Beside it, a Komatsu excavator swings into action, its long boom and heavy bucket tearing into compacted earth with pinpoint precision. Meet the P&H electric rope shovel, a mining beast that scoops up to 120 tons in a single bite, turning mountains into dust with electric-driven power. Moving this giant takes a mega lowboy trailer, proving this machine is as unstoppable in transport as it is in the pit. When brute strength meets forest warfare, the John Deere 640 skidder takes command. This beast isn't just hauling logs, it's ripping giants straight out of the woods and dragging them through mud, slopes, and chaos like they're weightless. Its high-torque diesel engine pumps raw pulling power into every skid, while deep-tread tires claw into the ground without mercy. The front blade clears paths with brutal efficiency, and the heavy-duty winch locks onto massive trunks with unshakable grip. In the hands of skilled operators, this machine turns back-breaking logging into a high-speed, unstoppable show of dominance. The 640 skidder isn't just a tool, it's the king of timber extraction, built to crush terrain and move mountains of wood in one relentless push. Shantui Bulldozer is a mud-crushing beast built for pure pushing power. While other machines stall in deep waterlogged ground, this titan surges forward, its steel tracks grinding through resistance as the massive blade cuts and reshapes the terrain in one sweep. Backed by a torque-packed engine, rugged hydraulics, and a sealed cab for operator safety, the Shantui turns swamps into solid ground with unstoppable force. The CAT 336D hydraulic excavator is a monster built for power and precision. With a high-performance diesel engine feeding immense hydraulic force, its long boom and heavy bucket rip boulders out of deep mud like toys. Wide steel tracks lock it steady on brutal terrain, while every swing and lift unleashes unstoppable muscle, making the 336D the go-to weapon for extreme earth-moving and rock-crushing jobs. When tough terrain stands in the way, the Caterpillar D4 Bulldozer answers with pure dominance. Compact but fierce, this track-type tractor is built to clear land, grade surfaces, and push with unstoppable force. Its heavy-duty blade rips through brush, shoves aside trees, and reshapes the ground with precision and power. A torque-rich diesel engine drives the crawler tracks, delivering relentless traction even in deep mud or uneven terrain. With steel tracks spreading weight for maximum grip and stability, the D4 maneuvers where others stall, giving operators full control over the chaos beneath. Whether in agriculture, forestry, or construction, this machine turns horsepower into mastery, proving that size doesn't limit strength when it's Caterpillar built. Strapped to a heavy-haul lowboy with an oversized load banner, this Caterpillar hydraulic excavator dominates the highway. Powered by a high-horsepower diesel engine and hydraulic muscle, its reinforced boom and massive bucket are built to tear through rock and debris with precision. Moving a beast like this takes expert planning, specialized trailers, and serious pulling power. In the middle of a snow-blanketed road, a massive red semi-truck with a stainless steel tanker trailer sits idling, facing a winter challenge. The icy ground and deep snow have left it stranded, unable to gain traction. Instead of heavy machinery, for the rescue, a team of powerful draft horses stands harnessed at the front, their breath steaming in the frigid air. When the ground refuses to move, this bulldozer shows no mercy. A classic track-type workhorse, it drives a massive blade straight into compacted soil, shoving tons forward in a single unstoppable sweep. Steel tracks bite deep into rough, muddy terrain, feeding relentless traction to a torque-packed diesel engine. Every push channels brute strength into precise control, carving clay, leveling slopes, and reshaping the land with authority. When the ground turns brutal, this crawler bulldozer turns even tougher. Fueled by a torque-packed diesel engine, it drives raw horsepower straight into its steel tracks, clawing through mud, ice, and frozen earth without hesitation. Its massive reinforced blade plows forward, shoving tons of debris, snow, or soil in a single crushing sweep. In this scene, the icy terrain tries to stop it, but the bulldozer's heavy undercarriage and unstoppable traction prove why it's trusted where weaker machines stall. Built for punishment, power, and precision, this is the machine that dominates the extremes. When deep mud swallows everything else, the Caterpillar D6R bulldozer charges in like an unstoppable beast. Powered by a torque-loaded diesel engine, it shoves with crushing force, its steel tracks biting deep and grinding forward even when buried to the sprockets. The massive front blade carves through waterlogged soil, while the rear ripper tears apart compacted ground like paper. Every hydraulic movement slams engine power into the earth with precision and fury, turning impossible terrain into conquered ground. That's why the D6R isn't just another dozer, it's the operator's ultimate weapon in extreme earth-moving. Ground trembles as the Caterpillar D6R bulldozer surges forward, its steel tracks crushing the earth while its blade slices deep into compacted soil. Every push turns stubborn ground into a level path, raw torque and diesel thunder proving why this dozer is built for domination. Right beside it, the JCB 3CX backhoe loader joins the charge, its front loader scooping and shifting massive loads of soil with hydraulic precision, while its backhoe arm stands ready for digging power on demand. Its versatility and brute strength fused into one unstoppable machine. Together, the D6R and 3CX tear through the job site like a synchronized strike team. one carving, the other lifting, transforming wild terrain into perfectly shaped ground. This is heavy machinery at its peak, where brute force meets precision coordination and no obstacle stands a chance.
The river rages, the current thrashes, but the bulldozer doesn't flinch. This steel giant charges head-on into the flood, its reinforced cab sealed tight, high-mounted exhaust blasting above the waterline. Where ordinary machines would drown, this beast thrives. Massive steel tracks churn through the submerged ground, gripping with unshakable force, while the diesel engine roars, channeling raw torque into every push forward. The violent current foams and crashes against its frame, but the dozer's low center of gravity and sheer weight keep it locked down like an anchor in motion. What looks like a rescue nightmare turns into a display of total dominance, brute strength meeting nature's fury and winning. This isn't just a bulldozer at work, it's industrial muscle rewriting the rules of survival.
The snow is deep, the semi is buried, and a heavy lumber load makes escape nearly impossible. But then the rescue beast arrives, a heavy-duty pickup, diesel turbocharged and four-wheel driven, locking in for the fight. Its reinforced axles and aggressive snow tires bite into the ice, every rotation flinging powder as the engine unleashes raw torque in low gear. Behind it, the semi strains to help, but the real muscle is in the pickup's relentless pull. The strap holds tight, engines roar in unison, and inch by inch, the lumber-loaded giant breaks free from its frozen prison. This is diesel grit at its finest. Power, traction, and skill turning an impossible recovery into a snow-crushing victory. When a Johnson logging semi sinks into mud with a full load of timber, the forest calls in its heavy hitters. A John Deere 700J crawler dozer digs its tracks deep, diesel engine roaring as it drags the bogged truck back to solid ground with relentless force. Standing by, a Tiger Cat skidder muscles through rough terrain, while a knuckle boom loader swings its hydraulic grapple, ready to snatch and stack timber with surgical precision. It's a rescue powered by brute strength and flawless coordination, turning a logging nightmare into a showcase of heavy machinery domination. When winter locks the land in ice, this vintage Caterpillar bulldozer proves why legends never die. Coated in snow, it crawls forward on heavy steel tracks that bite into frozen ground without slipping, while its massive front blade plows through packed drifts and debris like they're nothing. A torque-loaded diesel engine drives relentless power into every push, turning icy resistance into wide, cleared paths. Guided by a skilled operator, every tilt and lift of the blade is precise, transforming this classic workhorse into a snow-crushing beast built to conquer the cold. When a mountain road is blocked by a giant boulder, the Caterpillar bulldozer turns the impossible into routine. With a torque-packed diesel engine driving raw force into its steel tracks, the machine locks into the rocky ground and unleashes its heavy blade. Hydraulic power translates into steady, crushing pressure as the operator pushes with precision, inch by inch breaking the boulder's grip and shoving it aside. What looked immovable becomes just another obstacle conquered. Proof of how Caterpillar muscle transforms sheer engine power into unstoppable control. On a dangerously steep hillside, a Caterpillar D6R bulldozer powers through loose, wet soil with absolute authority. The operator navigates the incline with precision, using the machine's heavy-duty, high-torque diesel engine to generate the raw force needed to cut deep into the slope. Its wide, reinforced blade slices through earth and roots, peeling away layers of soil and pushing massive loads downhill in a single pass. The robust steel tracks grip the unstable terrain like claws, ensuring stability and control even on the edge of a drop. Every movement is calculated, carving, leveling, and clearing the hillside with unshakable power. This isn't just dirt moving, it's a high-performance land-shaping operation where mechanical strength meets skilled control. When the terrain turns brutal and nothing else can move, earth-moving titans take over. These tracked bulldozers are not just machines, they're powerhouses of engineering, built to muscle through conditions that would bring lesser equipment to a halt. Driven by torque-loaded diesel engines, they channel staggering horsepower into hydraulic systems that slam pure force into their blades. With every push, compacted soil, rock, and debris crumble as wide reinforced blades slice forward in single, crushing sweeps. What truly makes them unstoppable lies beneath their continuous steel tracks. Each link bites deep into mud, clay, and unstable ground, distributing the machine's weight so it never sinks. On steep slopes, this traction is everything. Operators balance machine and blade with hydraulic precision, carving into the incline while using the blade itself as a stabilizer, ensuring the bulldozer never loses control. It's not just raw power, it's skill and timing keeping thousands of pounds of steel glued to the hillside. In muddy and waterlogged terrain, these machines become beasts unleashed. Diesel torque pours through the tracks as the blade rips into dense, sticky clay, shoving tons of earth forward in relentless waves. The mud fights back, but these dozers chew straight through, turning swampy ground into solid, workable terrain. Every movement is a war between man, machine, and nature, and here, the machine always wins. But bulldozers aren't alone. Graders join the fight, their long blades shaping and leveling the land with surgical accuracy. Together, bulldozers provide brute force while graders deliver finesse, a partnership that clears, cuts, and smooths massive sites into submission. From dislodging boulders and carving rocky embankments to flattening unstable slopes and prepping foundations for mega projects, these machines are the frontline warriors of road building, mining, and construction. The ground trembles as the Caterpillar D11 bulldozer roars to life, a steel titan built to dominate the toughest mining and construction sites on Earth. Packing over 850 horsepower, this beast channels raw torque into its heavy-duty transmission, driving massive steel tracks that grip loose rock and steep slopes with unshakable authority. At the front, its oversized U-blade carves into the black overburden, shoving hundreds of cubic yards of material forward in a single pass. At the rear, the giant ripper tears through compacted rock, breaking apart terrain that stops lesser machines cold. In perfect synergy with a mining haul truck, the operator maneuvers with surgical precision, cutting, pushing, and clearing mountains of material into manageable loads. Dust clouds rise, engines thunder, and every strike of the blade proves why the D11 is the king of dozers. The site shakes as a Komatsu bulldozer plows into the mud, its massive steel blade pushing forward with unstoppable force. Crawler tracks bite deep into the soft, uneven ground, giving it the stability to dominate terrain where other machines would sink. With every pass, the dozer levels and compacts, transforming chaos into order. When tough terrain needs taming, this vintage crawler bulldozer proves why old iron still rules. With torque-packed diesel engine driving steel tracks, it claws through mud, loose soil, and uneven ground without breaking stride. Up front, a wide, heavy-duty blade muscles debris aside, levels surfaces, and shoves tons of earth with unstoppable force. Hydraulic controls give the operator precision in every push, raising, lowering, and angling the blade to turn chaos into order. A true workhorse of farming, land clearing, and construction, this machine blends brute strength with control. When deep snow buries a fully loaded International Lone Star, its wheels spin helplessly and black smoke pours from the stacks. The icy road won't give an inch until a GMC Sierra HD steps in. Hooked with a heavy tow strap, the pickup explodes into action, tires clawing and spraying ice as it drags the massive rig free from its frozen trap. It's a winter showdown of grit and horsepower, a determined Sierra rescuing a semi-truck twice its size, proving that we machines work with sheer persistence. Even the fiercest snowstorm can't stand in the way.
Was just full of skinnery.
Yeah.
Then I thought he was out, and then I went back in the shop.
When the ground demands perfection, the motor grader delivers. Its articulated frame, long moldboard, and hydraulic power carve and smooth terrain with razor-sharp accuracy. A diesel engine drives massive wheels through mud, slopes, and even water, while the reinforced blade reshapes soil and gravel in sweeping passes.
1957.
The Caterpillar Bulldozer stands as a true icon of raw mechanical power, driven by a high-torque diesel engine that converts every drop of fuel into unstoppable pushing force. Its wide steel tracks lock into the earth with claw-like grip, giving it absolute stability even on steep slopes and loose ground. The hydraulic system surges with pressure, feeding immense energy to the heavy-duty blade up front, capable of slicing through compacted soil, uprooting stumps, and leveling rock-solid terrain with brutal efficiency. This is the Caterpillar D11 Bulldozer, a powerhouse designed for the toughest jobs in mining, construction, and land clearing. Equipped with a massive, high-torque diesel engine, it delivers extraordinary pushing force, channeling thousands of horsepower into its hydraulics to move earth, rock, and debris with unmatched efficiency. Its reinforced steel tracks provide unstoppable traction even on steep, rocky terrain, while the giant blade up front is engineered to slice, push, and level material in a single pass. At the rear, the single-shank ripper tears through compacted soil and solid rock, breaking it down so the blade can finish the job. The D11's advanced hydraulics and operator-focused cab ensure precision, safety, and control, allowing it to dominate terrains where smaller machines fail. This machine isn't just built to move dirt, it's built to reshape entire landscapes with raw power, durability, and absolute command. In the heart of the frozen wilderness, a Russian DT-30 Vityaz articulated tracked carrier lies crippled, buried deep in snow and mud, its massive weight sinking it into the icy ground. The armored hauler, built for extreme Arctic transport, is pinned down and choking under its own load, steam rising from its body as it struggles against the brutal conditions. But standing firm on higher ground, a Caterpillar bulldozer roars to life, its heavy steel tracks biting into the frozen earth and its blades set to anchor the pole. With recovery chains locked in place, the Cat bulldozer delivers raw horsepower and traction, straining against the frozen grip that holds the Vityaz hostage. Every pull shakes the ground, chains scream under pressure, and the dozer digs deeper, unleashing relentless force to drag the immobilized giant free. This is more than a rescue, it's a battle of machines, where Caterpillar's brute pushing power joins forces with the sheer mass of the DT-30, proving that in the harshest environments, only steel, horsepower, and operator skill can decide survival. This is a Komatsu small crawler bulldozer designed for light to medium duty clearing operations, and here it's being put to work with raw determination.
Looks like that's it. Yeah, that's finished it. That's the end of the dozer. Oh well.
In this intense transport scene, two mechanical giants take the spotlight, each built for a very different mission, but working together in the same operation. At the center is the Komatsu D375A Bulldozer, a colossal earth-moving powerhouse designed for heavy-duty mining, land clearing, and large-scale construction. With its massive steel blade and reinforced ripper, this bulldozer delivers crushing force, capable of shifting mountains of soil and rock with sheer dominance. Its heavy-duty track system ensures maximum traction even on the roughest terrain, while the elevated cab gives the operator complete visibility and protection. Carrying this beast is a Kenworth W900 heavy haul truck paired with a lowboy trailer, engineered for extreme transport tasks. Known for its unmatched torque and durability, the W900 is powered by a high-horsepower diesel engine that allows it to haul oversized loads like the Komatsu with controlled precision. This is a Caterpillar 924G wheel loader, built for raw power and precision in scrapyards and heavy-duty recycling operations. Its high-torque diesel engine and advanced hydraulic grapple system rip through steel frames, pull out car engines, and crush entire vehicles within seconds. When mining turns into a battle against rock and earth, two heavyweights step up. A Komatsu bulldozer and a Sani excavator working side by side in perfect harmony. The Komatsu bulldozer is pure muscle on tracks, its diesel engine channeling immense torque into a reinforced ripper and front blade. With every push, it tears into compacted layers of earth and stone, steel tracks gripping hard to keep momentum even across loose rubble and uneven ground. Its raw power breaks what looks unbreakable, reshaping the mine floor with relentless force. Alongside it, the Sani excavator brings precision to the fight. Its hydraulic arm stretches deep into the pit, scooping up boulders and heavy loads of broken rock with smooth, controlled power. Each lift swings effortlessly, dropping tons of material straight into waiting dump trucks for removal. The Daewoo Solar 130 LCV may be compact, but it hits the ground like a heavyweight. Its diesel engine pumps raw hydraulic power through the long boom and reinforced bucket, ripping through soil, clay, and gravel with ruthless efficiency. Wide steel tracks lock it onto steep slopes and loose terrain, giving the operator full control where weaker machines stumble. Whether it's excavation, grading, or land clearing, this excavator thrives in punishing conditions, climbing, digging, and carving with unshakable balance. When brute force meets brute force, the ground itself shakes. A Caterpillar 824C wheeldozer, towering on massive rubber tires, charges head-on into a Caterpillar track-type bulldozer. This dramatic rescue scene shows a powerful Hyundai 800LC excavator being used to recover a severely damaged Sonalika tractor that had plunged off the road into a steep hillside. The tractor, crumpled and overturned, lies entangled in dirt and vegetation, while workers secure heavy chains around its frame. With the operator's precise hydraulic control, the excavator lifts the wreckage high into the air, swinging the broken tractor safely back onto stable ground. The sight is raw and intense, the excavator's massive arm demonstrating both brute force and surgical precision, while the tractor's crushed body and twisted metal highlight the scale of the accident. In this yard, two powerful bulldozers stand ready for work. On the left, a Caterpillar Cat bulldozer with its rugged build and heavy-duty tracks, and on the right, a John Deere 750K LGP bulldozer with its wide blade and reinforced cab. Both machines showcase raw earth-moving strength,
designed to push, grade, and reshape tough ground with unmatched precision. The Cat, known for its durability and reliability, pairs against the John Deere, engineered for stability and high pushing power on softer terrain, with its low ground pressure design. Behind them, a Case excavator looms with its bucket, adding another layer of heavy-duty capability to the scene.
This is the kind of scene that instantly grabs attention. Massive machinery, high stakes, and zero margin for error. A colossal hydraulic excavator is being carefully maneuvered onto a flatbed trailer, but what starts as routine transport quickly turns into a nail-biting moment. The operator inches forward, steel tracks grinding against the trailer deck, while spotters on the ground guide every move. Suddenly, the enormous weight shifts, the trailer groans under pressure, and the entire rig looks like it's about to collapse. The excavator's boom sways dangerously, adding to the tension as dirt spills beneath the wheels and the trailer bends under crushing force. Ground shakes as steel meets earth. This is the Caterpillar D8H, a legend of heavy machinery. Powered by a 6-cylinder turbo diesel engine with over 20 liters of displacement, it thunders out 270 horsepower of unstoppable force. Its massive steel tracks dig in, gripping the terrain, while the towering blade rips through roots, soil, and debris with brutal efficiency. Each push is pure dominance. Trees snap like twigs, stumps vanish, and mountains of dirt collapse under its relentless power. From the elevated cab, the operator commands every movement with surgical precision, turning raw horsepower into perfectly controlled earth moving. This isn't just land clearing, it's Caterpillar engineering at its most iconic. Unyielding, precise, and efficient, the D8H proves once again why these bulldozers aren't just machines, they're kings of the earth.
Like a KG splitter on the corner, because he's got like 30 or 40, I think. There you go.
When the ground turns unforgiving, the John Deere 230C LC excavator shows why it's trusted on the toughest job sites. With a high horsepower diesel engine driving relentless hydraulic muscle, this machine doesn't just dig, it dominates. In this scene, it climbs down a steep embankment, using the sheer power of its boom and bucket as stabilizers, balancing every inch of its descent with precision. Once in place, the excavator unleashes brute digging force, tearing through compacted clay and shifting tons of earth like nothing.
Oh my God, it's so terrifying.
When the terrain fights back, this John Deere bulldozer pushes harder. Watch as it scales a steep mound of compacted soil, steel tracks biting deep to hold traction while the massive blade slices through earth like it's nothing. Each push shoves tons of material downhill in one unstoppable sweep, driven by a torque-loaded diesel engine that pours raw horsepower into relentless forward force. From the operator's cab, every move is controlled with precision, reshaping a mountain of dirt into a perfectly graded slope. This isn't just earth moving, it's dominance on display, proof of why bulldozers remain the kings of unforgiving terrain. Buried in mud and going nowhere, a U.S. Army 6x6 truck meets its match until an Alice Chalmers HD-11 bulldozer steps in. Steel tracks lock into soft ground as its diesel engine unleashes relentless pulling power. The cable tightens, the dozer surges, and the massive truck is dragged free. Pure power, traction, and old-school muscle proving once again, in mud and steel, the bulldozer always wins. When steel meets the swamp, only one beast dares to take control: the Caterpillar Amphibious Excavator. Riding on massive pontoon tracks, this monster doesn't just work on land. It glides across mud, swamps, and waterlogged terrain where ordinary machines sink without a chance. With Cat's brutal hydraulic power and a long-reach boom, it tears into marshes, dredges rivers, and reshapes wetlands with ease. Every scoop and swing is proof that this machine was built to dominate the places others fear to go. This isn't just an excavator, it's an amphibious powerhouse, engineered for the impossible. Ground shakes as earth meets unstoppable steel. An Alice Chalmers bulldozer charges forward with unrelenting force. Heavy steel tracks grip rugged terrain, while its massive blade rips through rocky soil like it's nothing. Every surge of its diesel engine sends dirt and stone tumbling, reshaping the land as if it were clay under its weight. The open operator's seat highlights old-school toughness. No luxury, no comfort, just sheer grit and skill commanding horsepower. Buried deep in unforgiving snow, this Belarus tractor shows exactly what raw grit looks like when machine meets nature's toughest challenge. Its powerful diesel engine growls as the massive rear tires claw for traction, churning through the frozen blanket while the driver battles to keep momentum alive. Designed for heavy farm and utility work, this rugged machine is built to haul, plow, and power through terrain most vehicles wouldn't dare touch. But here, the snow tests its very limits. Mud turns brutal in this dramatic recovery. A Takechi TB175 excavator sinks deep, its tracks and cab swallowed almost to the top. The operator stays calm as crews rush in, while a Volvo crawler excavator positions on firmer ground, its massive boom reaching out to pull the stranded machine free. Floodlights cut through the mist as the Takechi braces its own boom against the sludge, fighting to stay afloat. Every move is a battle against thick, clinging mud that refuses to let go. Its brute force, hydraulic power, and precision teamwork on full display. A high-stakes rescue where disaster looms with every second. Chaos meets the fury of nature. Raging floodwaters slam into a Toyota Hilux, nearly swallowing it to the windows as passengers cling to the roof in desperation. The current pounds against the truck, threatening to drag it under, when a massive bulldozer charges forward.
The slope is unforgiving, the ground jagged and loose. But this track-type bulldozer thrives where others fail. Its heavy-duty crawler tracks bite deep into rock and soil, locking in traction on terrain that would leave wheeled machines helpless. At the front, a reinforced steel blade cuts and shoves through mountains of debris, carving rough earth into smooth, workable ground. At the rear, the massive ripper claw drives down with crushing force, splitting compacted soil and stubborn rock apart with ease. Fueled by a high-torque diesel engine, this land-shaping giant unleashes relentless horsepower through every pass. Its balance and sheer weight keep it steady, even as it climbs steep inclines and reshapes the hillside beneath it. This isn't just heavy equipment, it's a landscape dominator, engineered for mining, construction, and earth-moving on the toughest frontiers, where brute strength meets precision and no obstacle stands a chance. On a rugged mountainside, where stone seems unbreakable, the Caterpillar D9 bulldozer proves why it's a legend. With a thunderous diesel engine pouring torque into its single-shank ripper, the giant tooth bites deep, ripping solid rock apart where lesser machines wouldn't stand a chance. As the stone fractures, the D9 drops its massive steel blade, shoving tons of debris aside in one unstoppable sweep. Reinforced tracks grip the uneven slope, while hydraulics deliver relentless force, carving a clean roadway through hostile terrain. This isn't just earth-moving, it's brute strength and engineering dominance as the Cat D9 transforms an impassable mountainside into a controlled path for progress. This is where brute power meets unforgiving terrain. The Komatsu D65E bulldozer, built to dominate earth-moving, rolls in with confidence, its massive blades slicing through mud as if nothing could stop it. But beneath the surface lies the trap. The soft swamp floor turns against the machine, sucking it down like quicksand. Steel tracks churn helplessly, mud spraying as the dozer sinks deeper with every push. The heavy frame tilts, threatening to bury itself completely while the operator fights to keep control. What makes this moment brutal is the clash between unstoppable force and unstable ground. The D65E was designed to tear through rock, clay, and dense soil, yet here it's humbled by terrain, judgment gone wrong. This isn't just a stuck bulldozer, it's a powerful reminder. In heavy machinery, horsepower alone isn't enough. Skill, precision, and awareness decide whether you conquer the land or the land conquers you.
không biết là gì, phải mình đi thì cũng vẫn cứ đi thôi. Đi mẹ hai đứa kia chỉ trò đi. Prop quá.
When a fully loaded semi-truck is frozen in place on snow-packed ground, raw power is the only way out, and that's where the Volvo L70G wheel loader proves its worth. With its heavy-duty tires clawing into the ice and its powerful hydraulic system delivering unstoppable torque, this machine transforms into a rescue hero. On a razor-thin mountain pass, where one wrong move means free fall into the abyss, a heavy-haul truck crawls forward with nerves of steel. Strapped to its red multi-axle trailer is a colossal crawler excavator, its sheer weight pressing down as the convoy hugs the cliffside. Every turn is life or death, tires hanging just feet from the drop, rock walls scraping the other side, and no room for error. Inside the cab, the driver knows hesitation isn't an option. Torque surges through the gearbox as the rig muscles its way uphill, brute power held in check by surgical precision. The yellow beast on the trailer looks ready to crush the road beneath, yet the operator keeps the load balanced, defying the impossible on terrain meant to stop giants. When ice, water, and steel collide, only the toughest machines survive. Here, we see a powerful Russian MT-LB-tracked vehicle launching into a brutal rescue, driving straight into a frozen river where ordinary trucks would be swallowed whole. The heavy steel tracks churn through the breaking ice, gripping and grinding against the freezing current as the driver fights to keep momentum. With every surge forward, the machine throws up shards of ice in waves of icy water, proving its amphibious strength under the harshest conditions. Despite the crushing weight of supply strapped to its back, the MT-LB pushes through, dragging its load and refusing to surrender to the river's grip. This isn't just a crossing, it's raw survival, where machine and operator stare down nature's fury and prove that true power doesn't back away from the impossible. On a narrow mountain trail where one wrong move means catastrophe, a Mercedes-Benz Actress hauls an oversized Liebherr Tower crane, its weight pushing the dirt road to the edge. Every turn is a battle, the crane's towering frame straining against tight corners as the truck claws forward with sheer torque. Then, backup arrives. A TA excavator braces into the ground, its hydraulic power anchoring and correcting the tilt, keeping the massive crane from sliding into disaster. In the heart of a snow-packed mountain pass, a high-stakes rescue unfolded when a Genie GTH 844 telehandler found itself buried deep in the drifts, wheels spinning helplessly with no way out. What began as a simple attempt to maneuver heavy equipment through the winter terrain quickly spiraled into chaos, leaving the massive machine stranded at a precarious angle. But then entered the hero of the hour, the print-off beast Snow Groomer, a powerhouse on tracks built to dominate the harshest Alpine conditions. With a thick tow strap lashed between them, the scene turned into a gripping tug of war between man, machine, and nature. Snow sprayed violently as the beast dug its tracks into the icy ground, straining to drag the sunken telehandler back to solid footing. Around them, a crew of determined rescuers braved the biting cold, shovels in hand and eyes locked on the operation, ready to step in if things went south. Every pull was tense, every creak of the steel cable a reminder of the stakes. One wrong move, and the Genie could tip further into the snow, risking damage and danger. Yet, with sheer persistence, teamwork, and raw machine power, the impossible slowly became possible. Watching the Genie emerge from its snowy prison was not just a recovery, it was a breathtaking battle of engineering grit against the unforgiving elements, the kind of spectacle that keeps audiences hooked until the very last moment. This is where machine control meets pure nerve. A Terex TC37 mini excavator faces one of the riskiest stunts in heavy equipment, loading onto a flatbed with no ramps. Instead of driving straight up, the operator turns the boom and bucket into a hydraulic lever, lifting the entire excavator into the air. Steel tracks hover inches above the ground as he edges onto the platform with surgical precision. One wrong tilt and the machine could flip sideways onto the road. But with steady hands and absolute trust in hydraulic power, the operator plants the bucket, shifts weight, and balances the descent flawlessly. This isn't just transport, it's a masterclass in timing, guts, and extreme operator skill. The kind of move that keeps viewers glued until the very last second. When a John Deere 690B excavator slides dangerously towards the edge of a muddy pond, the entire rescue turns into a battle of steel against nature. The massive machine sits buried in tilting, seconds away from disaster, when Burroughs Wrecker Service unleashes their heavy-duty recovery truck. With cables stretched tight and winches screaming under the load, every pull is a test of raw power and flawless control. The ground crumbles, the excavator shifts, and the tension skyrockets, but the wrecker holds firm, dragging the Deere back from the brink with sheer mechanical dominance. This isn't just a rescue. It's a high-stakes showdown where precision, teamwork, and unstoppable horsepower save a giant from being swallowed whole.
Muscle, balance, and power collide in this earth-moving showdown. A Luffman-wheeled excavator digs deep, its hydraulic arms swinging with precision as it loads bucket after bucket of dense soil into a rugged tractor trolley.
This recovery turned into a disaster of its own. A massive mobile crane was brought in to lift a wrecked red Scania truck from a roadside ditch, but the entire operation quickly spiraled into chaos. The crane struggled to balance the enormous weight, and as the cables tightened, the truck's mangled trailers split apart, spilling debris everywhere. Instead of a clean pull, the wreck dangled awkwardly, slamming against the bridge edge as the crane inched it upward. Suspended high above the ship's deck, an excavator dangles dangerously in midair as the crane strains under its massive weight, the lifting straps pulling tight while the machine sways with every shift of balance. What begins as a routine heavy lift operation instantly turns into a nail-biting failure in the making, with the excavator tilting wildly, its boom swinging inches from the ship's hull, each second amplifying the risk of disaster. Proof that in heavy machinery transport, precision and control aren't optional, they are the only line between success and catastrophe. Suspended high above the ship's deck, an excavator dangles dangerously in midair as the crane strains under its massive weight, the lifting straps pulling tight while the machine sways with every shift of balance. What begins as a routine heavy lift operation instantly turns into a nail-biting failure in the making, with the excavator tilting wildly, its boom swinging inches from the ship's hull, each second amplifying the risk of disaster. Proof that in heavy machinery transport, precision and control aren't optional, they are the only line between success and catastrophe.
This is Precision on the Edge, a Yanmar mini excavator pulling off a daring self-load with no ramps in sight. Using its boom and bucket like a lever, the operator digs in, lifting and pushing the machine inch by inch as steel tracks claw onto the flatbed. The truck groans under the weight, but balance never falters. What looks like a gamble becomes a flawless masterclass of skill, control, and raw hydraulic power.
When steel meets the ocean, even giants can sink. A case backhoe battles unforgiving beach terrain, its massive rear wheels and stabilizers swallowed by wet sand as waves creep dangerously close. Built for power, the machine is reduced to clawing at the tide with its arm and loader, each hydraulic push spraying water, but failing to break free. Deep in the forest, brute muscle takes charge, the John Deere grapple skidder. With a massive front blade and a heavy-duty grapple, it locks on to fallen trees and drags entire loads through unforgiving terrain like they're weightless. Deep tread tires claw into mud and steep slopes, while its articulated frame twists and turns with agility through tight forest corridors. Built for timber extraction, this machine turns overwhelming hauls into smooth, controlled movements, proving that in logging, the John Deere skidder is the ultimate powerhouse of strength and precision. Mud turns into a battlefield as a Dodge Ram 3500 locks onto a stranded Komatsu Bulldozer buried deep in thick clay. The Ram's diesel engine roars, tires clawing until they bite down, dragging the immobilized giant inch by inch from the swamp. The tow strap stretches to its limit, every pull shaking the earth in a violent tug-of-war between horsepower and sheer weight. When brute power meets the brutal force of nature, even the mightiest machines can find themselves in trouble. Here, a Caterpillar skidder sits trapped in a frozen lake, its chained tires thrashing helplessly in icy water as the weight of the beast threatens to drag it deeper. But the rescue is on. Another Cat skidder locks in with its grapple, straining every ounce of hydraulic muscle to drag the sinking giant back to solid ground. Caterpillar RD6 Bulldozer roars through the muddy woodland, chained to a massive stump as it unleashes its brute diesel power and unmatched track grip to rip the roots straight from the ground, dragging the enormous mass of earth and wood across the clearing with raw dominance. Every pull demonstrates why this machine is the king of land clearing. Its steel tracks biting deep into the soil, its rugged frame built for punishment, and its operator commanding tons of unstoppable force to turn what would be an impossible job by hand into a display of pure mechanical mastery. This is a rare glimpse at one of the early Caterpillar Holt crawler tractors, a true pioneer of heavy machinery. Built with a massive steel frame, riveted construction, and a wide set of rugged tracks, this machine was designed to dominate rough terrain where wheeled tractors would fail. Ground trembles as the Komatsu PC-8000 hydraulic excavator roars to life, a steel giant armed with twin diesel engines, unleashing 4,000 horsepower. With every swing, its colossal bucket, capable of lifting more than 75 tons in one scoop, tears into the earth and loads ultra-class haulers in just a few passes. Caterpillar-style tracks spread its weight like armor, anchoring the machine as its hydraulic cylinders drive crushing force into rock and soil. Despite its size, advanced controls give the operator precision, proof that even titans can move with accuracy. When the ground turns unstable and the job gets dangerous, the JCB backhoe loader proves why it's the ultimate multi-purpose machine. At the front, its loader bucket bites deep into mud, scooping and lifting tons of debris with sheer force, while at the rear, the hydraulic backhoe extends its reach with pinpoint digging power where larger excavators can't even fit. A high-torque diesel engine drives relentless muscle into every move, keeping the machine advancing through swampy ground and unstable slopes. Rugged tires grip the canal edge, stabilizers lock it in place, and the operator maneuvers with total confidence over terrain that would stop most machines cold. The Komatsu Bulldozer shown here is a raw powerhouse of mining strength, driving forward with an immense high-torque diesel engine that channels brutal force straight into its wide steel blade, effortlessly cutting through mountains of rock and debris. Its reinforced undercarriage and heavy-duty tracks bite deep into the uneven ground, giving it unshakable stability even on steep, loose slopes, while the massive straight blade pushes tons of material in a single pass with unmatched authority. Every movement demonstrates the sheer mechanical dominance of this beast, smoke rising, steel grinding, and earth shifting as it turns a rugged quarry wall into level ground. A torque-loaded diesel engine powers hydraulics strong enough to shift tons of silt and rock beneath the flow, while the reinforced boom and bucket tear into the riverbed with crushing force. Even with the cab nearly submerged, the machine pushes on, showcasing resilience and sheer mechanical dominance in conditions that would cripple anything else. This isn't just heavy equipment at work, it's engineering muscle battling nature head-on and winning. High-Rail Excavator is a powerhouse of engineering, built to dominate both rugged terrain and railway tracks with unmatched versatility and strength. Fitted with steel tracks for ground mobility and retractable rail wheels for seamless transition onto tracks, this dual-purpose beast delivers raw digging power while gliding with locomotive precision. In action, it rips into the railway bed, hoists massive sleepers, and reshapes ballast with specialized hydraulic attachments, combining brute force with surgical accuracy. Every move reinforces the backbone of the railway, ensuring tracks remain safe and secure for high-speed trains. This machine isn't just working, it's commanding the rail line with unstoppable industrial muscle and flawless precision.
This is precision engineering with muscle, the Rodar sorting bucket tearing through demolition rubble like it owns the site. Mounted on a high-horsepower loader, its hydraulic shaft drives rotating blades that grind, sift, and separate with ruthless efficiency. Each rotation isn't just force, it's controlled accuracy, stripping soil and waste aside while leaving behind clean, reusable stone and brick.
When steel meets precision, the Komatsu PC450LC shows why it's a true monster of excavation. Nearly 45 tons of sheer power creeps down from a low-bed trailer, every inch controlled with surgical skill as the operator balances force and finesse. Its hydraulic boom stretches forward like a mechanical giant, armed with a rock bucket built to crush boulders, rip solid earth apart, and scoop mountains of material in one strike. The wide crawler tracks bite deep into the ground, gripping with unstoppable stability as the machine conquers uneven terrain and steep slopes with ease. A torque-loaded diesel engine drives crushing horsepower into smooth, controlled motion, transforming brute strength into flawless precision. This isn't just an excavator unloading, it's a masterclass in engineering dominance, a display of operator skill and machine power so commanding you can't look away.
On the riverbank, a Caterpillar excavator transforms from earth mover to bridge builder, lowering a massive steel ramp with flawless precision. Its boom and bucket move like clockwork, hydraulic power settling the ramp onto a waiting barge as workers stand ready. Behind it, a lineup of Cat bulldozers and loaders prepare to roll aboard, steel and diesel working in perfect sync.
This is the kind of scene that stops you in your tracks. A towering XCMG mobile crane hoisting a 20-ton Komatsu PC200 excavator high into the sky. Steel cables stretch under the colossal weight, but the boom holds steady, proving the sheer lifting power needed to move giants like this. Below, the Komatsu hangs suspended, like a beast in chains. Tracks dangling, boom locked, every inch reminding us how much force it takes to relocate heavy machinery. It's not just lifting, it's extreme engineering in motion. Precision control, crushing strength, and operator skill working together to pull off a move that leaves viewers hooked from the very first second. The scene here takes us deep into the world of industrial giants, where raw power and human precision come together in perfect coordination. What you're looking at is the bucket wheel excavator, one of the largest land vehicles ever built, a colossus designed to move unimaginable volumes of earth and rock. The first shots reveal its immense rotating base and control systems, showing the scale of engineering that keeps this beast in motion. We then move inside into the operator's cabin, where skilled workers, calm yet focused, stand before panoramic windows, controlling this mechanical titan with joysticks and pedals as if it were an extension of their own hands. The atmosphere is a fascinating mix of grit and technology. Cables reel in and out, gears hum, and the giant steel arm stretches over the barren mining pit. Finally, the enormous bucket wheel scoops into the earth, releasing clouds of dust as tons of material cascade away. This is pure chaos on the edge of control. Two Caterpillar 320D excavators locked in a high-stakes fight against the riverbed. Each machine packs a high-torque diesel engine pushing over 150 horsepower, feeding hydraulic systems that drive their booms, sticks, and buckets with crushing force. Steel tracks claw into mud and gravel, but the waterlogged terrain drags one sideways, tipping dangerously as the operator battles to stay upright. Then another excavator swings in, its massive arm reaching across the current, showing the strength and precision these giants bring when disaster strikes. Hydraulic pistons flex under brutal pressure, every movement a clash between sinking steel and operator skill. This isn't just excavation, it's a reminder that even the strongest machines can stumble, but in the hands of fearless operators, mechanical dominance can turn near disaster into survival. When the river turns wild and every second counts, only raw steel and diesel power can face the fury. Here, a rugged Caterpillar wheel loader storms into the raging floodwaters. Its massive front bucket becomes a lifeline as desperate survivors cling on, while the operator pushes the machine against the violent current with unshakable determination. The loader's roaring diesel engine spits black smoke, fighting to stay alive as the muddy torrent threatens to swallow it whole. Each turn of its tires battles both the weight of the water and the chaos of the rescue, transforming this construction beast into a savior of men. This is no ordinary excavator. This is the Menzie Muck Spider Excavator, a machine designed to conquer the impossible. Perched on a steep hillside where traditional equipment would tip or slide, this beast spreads its hydraulic legs wide, gripping the slope with surgical precision, while its powerful boom goes to work. Every movement of its extendable arms is calculated, balancing raw power with mechanical finesse, allowing it to dig, lift, and maneuver with unwavering stability on terrain that looks more like a cliff than a job site. The oversized hydraulic cylinders deliver relentless force to the bucket, tearing through compacted soil and hauling it effortlessly, while the adjustable wheels and stabilizers adapt instantly to uneven ground, ensuring the operator always stays in control. Steel, snow, and sheer muscle collide in this winter rescue as heavy machinery battles the elements to right a toppled giant. On the left, a case excavator claws into the frozen ground, its hydraulic arms straining to grip and stabilize the overturned harvester, lying helpless in the snow. At the center, a massive track dozer stands ready, its blade planted like an anchor to provide brute pulling power. And to the right, a John Deere grapple skidder, chains biting into the icy slope, braces itself to drag the fallen machine upright. This isn't just recovery, it's a showdown of mechanical dominance, where each operator's precision and every machine's power decide whether this wreck gets lifted or buried deeper in defeat. In the scrapyard, precision meets destruction. The Doosan DX180LC, with a power hand VRS attachment, turns into a steel predator. Its hydraulic jaws crush cars, rip out engines, and shred panels in seconds, twisting metal like paper. Reinforced boom, heavy-duty tracks, and unstoppable hydraulic force keep it locked in place as it turns wrecks into compact scrap. This isn't just an excavator, it's a Doosan powerhouse, proving who rules the yard.
Just like that.
When this Kiravet's K700 monster tractor locks onto a tree stump, there's only one outcome: total destruction. Its massive diesel engine roars like thunder, pumping raw torque into those giant tires that claw into the ground with unstoppable grip. Watch how the reinforced hitch tears through roots that have been buried for decades, ripping the earth open as if it's paper. This isn't farming. This isn't logging. This is brute force land clearing on a whole new level, where a Soviet-built machine transforms into a battlefield weapon of raw horsepower.
Into the truck. I've had people asking for this. The video of getting it out. Oh wait.
This is mechanical dominance in the forest. The Tiger Cat 630D skidder and 845D feller buncher working in perfect sync. The skidder drags massive logs with its heavy-duty grapple, colossal tires, and articulated frame gripping rugged terrain with unstoppable control. Beside it, the feller buncher slices and stacks trees in seconds, its high-reach boom and sawhead turning dense woodland into staged timber with surgical precision. Both machines, powered by high-horsepower diesel and relentless hydraulics, prove why Tiger Cat stands as a true giant of forestry. Steel tracks grind against the ramp as a Volvo EC290DL crawler excavator makes its way onto a low-bed trailer. This isn't just loading, it's a display of raw power and precision. The operator balances tons of steel like it's nothing, easing this earth-eating monster into position. Its massive hydraulic boom and bucket hang over the trailer, a reminder that this machine can tear through rock and debris with devastating force. Every move is calculated, every inch controlled, because when you're handling giants like this, one wrong step can turn into chaos. This is the perfect mix of brute horsepower and operator skill, proving why these machines dominate the toughest jobs on the planet. Here we have a true giant of earth-moving technology, the Volvo EC700CL Crawler Excavator. From the very first glance, it commands respect. 70 tons of steel rolling forward on massive tracks that grip the ground like claws. Its boom stretches out with sheer power, ending in a bucket built to tear through soil, rock, and debris in devastating bites. This isn't just a machine, it's a moving fortress of raw power and precision. Even watching it load or unload is a spectacle. Mounted onto a Goldhofer lowboy trailer and hauled by a man-heavy haulage truck, the transport feels like a military operation. Every step onto the trailer is deliberate, every hydraulic movement perfectly measured. The steel tracks climb with force and control, proving that even shifting this monster requires both skill and nerve. One mistake here could shake the ground beneath it, but the operator handles it with flawless precision. At its core is the Volvo D16 engine, an absolute powerhouse delivering relentless horsepower. This engine keeps the EC700CL running day and night, powering excavation, quarrying, and mining without pause. And while its strength is unmatched, inside the cab is a fortress of safety and comfort. Cutting-edge controls, wide visibility, and vibration-reducing features that allow the operator to tame this beast with confidence. Then there's the bucket, armed with reinforced steel teeth, designed to scoop up tons of material in a single pass. What would take smaller machines hours is reduced to minutes here. That's the difference between ordinary earth-moving and industrial dominance. The EC700CL isn't just construction equipment, it's proof of what human engineering can achieve. It turns the impossible into routine, reshaping landscapes, powering massive infrastructure projects, and carving through mines like they're playgrounds. Watching it in action is more than work, it's pure industrial theater, a steel titan showing why heavy machinery always leaves us in awe.
You just seen bulldozers clinging to cliffs, excavators ripping through earth like it's nothing, and operators pulling off moves so insane they look impossible. Yet every jaw-dropping moment was 100% real. This is the level of mastery where steel, diesel, and pure human skill merge to create jaw-dropping moments that feel impossible. These machines aren't just tools, they're titans, and in the right hands, they rewrite the laws of power and precision. Now it's your turn. Tell us in the comments which insane moment blew your mind the most. Was it the cliff-hanging dozer, the gravity-defying rescue, or the excavator carving through danger with surgical precision? We want to hear it. And if this video left your jaw on the floor, smash that like button right now. Share this madness with your crew, and don't leave without subscribing to Tech Trouble. Because trust me, the next compilation goes even harder. Steeper cliffs, heavier loads, crazier rescues, and fails so unreal they'll make you question reality. Ring the bell so you don't miss it, because here at Tech Trouble, the madness of bulldozers and excavators only gets wilder from here. This is Tech Trouble, where machines meet madness and where the impossible is just another day on the job. Stay tuned, the real insanity is only just beginning.